10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Patrick Rich, and I have the distinct pleasure of serving as the school director for the American International School in Abu Dhabi. Welcome to the commencement exercises of the 26th senior class at the American International School in Abu Dhabi. As you know, we would much rather be addressing graduates, honored guests, and our families in a packed national theater, or, as we had hoped, at Yas Marina Circuit for this year's commencement ceremony. We now have the honor of presenting our amazing graduates virtually as each of you are safe and sound, surrounded by loved ones at home. Enjoy the ceremony. Ali Maki will begin with a recitation from the Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم. علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Ali. Please help me in welcoming His Excellency Mr. Abdallah Al-Hashli, AISA Chairman of the Board, to address our graduating class of 2021 and distinguished guests.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف خلق الله سيدنا ونبينا محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، صلاة تامة إلى يوم الدين. بناتي وأبنائي الخريجون، السيدات والسادة أولياء الأمور، الحضور الكرام، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يسرني أن أرحب بكم جميعا في حفلكم بتخرج بناتكم وأبنائكم الطلاب بالدفعة 26 من طلاب المدرسة الأمريكية الدولية للعام الدراسي 2020-2021، مهنئا الخريجين والخريجات وأولياء الأمور الكرام بتخرج فلذات أكبادهم. إن هذه المناسبة الغالية على قلوبنا جميعا فخر للمدرسة الأمريكية الدولية بطلابها، وهم يجنون ثمار جدهم واجتهادهم. بارك الله مساعيكم ووفقكم في مسيرتكم الجامعية. وأشكر هنا كافة العاملين من أكاديميين وإداريين وفنيين، وعلى رأسهم مدير المدرسة ومعاونيه على جهودهم لخدمة المسيرة التعليمية والتربوية في المدرسة. وكذلك الشكر لكافة أولياء الأمور على تعاونهم مع الإدارة لما يحقق مصلحة طلابنا ويعود عليهم بالنفع. وأحب أن أذكر للجميع إننا وبقلوب مفتوحة نتشرف بقبول اقتراحاتكم وملاحظاتكم في كل ما يخص شؤون الطلاب والطالبات، وتقديم المساعدة والدعم بكل ما نستطيع بعون من الله بما يحقق تعليما راقيا متطورا. أيها الحفل الكريم، لقد أرسى مؤسس دولتنا وراعي نهضتنا الوالد القائد الباني الراحل العظيم الشيخ زايد بن سلطان آل نهيان، زايد الخير والعطاء، زايد العلم والمعرفة، القواعد الأساسية التي تنتهجها وتسير عليها دولتنا الفتية، والتي تبوأت القمة بين أعلى دول العالم بفضل التخطيط السليم والمتابعة الدائمة والعزيمة الصادقة لأبناء زايد الخير. طيب الله ثراه، وعلى رأسهم صاحب السمو الشيخ خليفة بن زايد آل نهيان رئيس الدولة حفظه الله وأدام عليه نعمة الصحة والعافية، وبمتابعة دؤوبة صادقة من سيدي صاحب السمو الشيخ محمد بن زايد آل نهيان ولي العهد نائب القائد الأعلى للقوات المسلحة أعزه الله وأدام بقاه. القائد المعطاء رمز العزة والكرامة، الطموح إلى مستقبل زاهر متطور، والذي لا يعرف المستحيل أبدا. وفقه الله وأخذ بيده لما فيه خير وصلاح الإنسانية جمعاء. ولتهنأ دولتنا بقيادة تولي الشعب والمقيمين على هذه الأرض الطيبة كل اهتماماتها، وتسهر على راحتهم وإسعادهم. ولا يسعني هنا إلا أن نقدر الدور الكبير والجهود العظيمة لصاحبة السمو الشيخة فاطمة بنت مبارك أم الإمارات، رئيسة الاتحاد النسائي العام، رئيسة المكتب الأعلى للأمومة والطفولة، الرئيس الأعلى لمؤسسة التنمية الأسرية، أنعم الله عليها موفور الصحة والعافية، والتي شملت بعطفها ورعايتها كافة الأطياف في بقاع الأرض دون تمييز، فأسهمت حفظها الله في مجالات كثيرة وعظيمة لا يسعنا الوقت هنا لذكرها، ولا نملك إلا أن ندعو الله العلي القدير أن يوفقها لخدمة وطنها وشعبها والأمتين العربية والإسلامية والبشرية جمعاء، وليسدد الله على طريق الخير خطاها، وليحفظها المولى ذخرا وعونا، فهي أم الإمارات بحق وراعية الخير والعطاء. حفظك الله مولاتي أم الشيوخ الكرام، وليحفظ الله بطرا أعطى للوطن هذه القيادة العظيمة الحكيمة، ولتبقي يا رمز الخير رفيقة درب القائد العظيم طيب الله ثراه منارا للمحبة والعطاء والتسامح. وقبل أن أختتم كلمتي أتقدم باسمكم جميعا بأحر التهاني والتبريكات إلى قيادتنا الرشيدة الحكيمة وشعب دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة على فوز دولتنا الغالية بمقعد عضو غير دائم في مجلس الأمن. وما هذا الفوز إلا دليل على جهود الدولة ممثلة بقيادتها المخلصة واعتراف دول العالم بأسره وتقديره لهذه الجهود المباركة. فلتهنأ قيادتنا وليهنأ شعب الإمارات والمقيمين على أرضها الطيبة بهذا الفوز، هذا الفوز العظيم. وفقنا الله جميعا لما يحبه ويرضاه، وأزال بقدرته هذه الغمة التي ضربت العالم بأسره، إنه على كل شيء قدير وبالإجابة جدير. وفقكم الله وبارك جهودكم، وأخذ المولى بأيدينا جميعا لما يحبه ويرضاه، فخورين بقيادتنا الرشيدة مخلصين لله والوطن والقيادة. وقل ربي زدني علما، فبالعلم والمال يبني الناس ملكهم، لا يبنى ملك على جهل وإقلال. سدد الله على طريق الخير خطانا جميعا، وأن آخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Waleed Abu Shakra, Chairman of the ESOL Education and Superintendent of the American International School in Abu Dhabi, to address our graduating class and distinguished guests.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining the American International School in Abu Dhabi in honoring its graduates, members of the class of 2021. This is usually the opportunity for me to share with the parents of the graduates the pleasure of seeing them being honored before they change from K-12 students to college men and women. This year's class is very special. They managed to graduate satisfying all the requirements, luckily with a great faculty and an outstanding director in Mr. Patrick Rich. They managed to deliver the whole curricula as if there is no pandemic. The measures taken to protect the safety of our children at the school all the way from kindergarten through high school is, of course, our first priority. That has been done very successfully, and now we celebrate the outstanding project, the graduates of our class of 2021. As I was thinking that this year I am not being able, for very tough circumstances, to be there, I think I reflected back throughout the memories from the days when we started AIS in Abu Dhabi and the path we followed to have it as a distinguished school and the successes of its students in their futures and their great achievements. Anyways, I reflected back from the days when I started teaching. That was 65 years ago. And I enjoy education so much, so I survived, and I am not quitting till I am unable to walk or talk. I have been very successful. Even this year we started the American School of Bahrain, and I joined the American University of Bahrain. Our successes have been because of two major factors. Aside from the skills, the experiences, I have written textbooks in mathematics all the way for middle and secondary schools in the Lebanon. I have practiced every aspect of education. But our success to be so respected and so very attractive to students worldwide, it is because of two major factors, and they are honesty and hard work. So dear graduates, if you practice what you were brought up with, honesty and hard work, you will succeed. And all your community will benefit from your successes. I wish you all a very successful college education and a very successful career in the future. May God bless you and bless your families. Thank you very much.
His Excellency, Mr. Abdallah Al-Hashli, Walid Abishakra, honored guests, graduating class, AISA faculty, staff, parents and loved ones at home, and board members, welcome to the commencement exercises for the 26th senior class of the American International School in Abu Dhabi. It is my honor as the school director to address a very distinguished group, which includes 93 talented seniors. Each year it's bittersweet to address so many hardworking and dedicated graduates. It's always difficult to find the right words to say goodbye, or better yet, until we meet again. I remember the friendships that I forged in high school and the difficulty it took to maintain those friendships as we grew up and became productive and contributing members of university campuses, military institutions, the workplace, vocational schools, or as we begin our own families. Life after high school is filled with enthusiasm, experiences, exploration, adventure, and the unknown. Keep in touch no matter how hard it may be. Lifelong friendships are important to each and everyone's social and emotional health. Do your best to maintain those old and new friendships, and most importantly, stay in touch. Today I want to take a very different approach after what many will say is one of the most difficult years we have faced in many decades. Join me as we view the glass half full rather than half empty. We have all heard people talk about the pandemic and what troubles, trials, and tribulations a global pandemic has caused to so many. Lives have been changed forever from a virus that no one had immunity to. Simply put, we all know someone who has been affected by the spread of COVID-19. I've reminded you often that my original challenge to all of you as we sat in the first assembly of the year when I arrived in September 2018 was to be a difference maker in someone else's life. Reach out and lift others up while exploring and pursuing individual passions. At that time, who would have known that you would be graduating from high school after spending a large amount of time studying virtually? Some may say it was a limited opportunities, while others would say it was a great opportunity. Now is your chance. Take these life experiences, turn them into something amazing. Find the positive in your growth and development in a very unconditional final few years of high school. Take advantage and use your experiences as an opportunity to change others' lives forever in creative, inspirational, and transformational ways. Use the resolve and the resilience that this pandemic has taught you and find ways to make differences in today's and tomorrow's society. Be the generation of students that we don't feel sorry for, but rather are inspired by because of the way each of you tackled difficulty and found your inner strength. The pandemic is your springboard to change. Remember, you persevered what many saw as negative, but your graduating class has turned it into opportunity. To all of you watching at home today, don't feel sorry for this class. They're true champions of change, and they have plans to capitalize on this opportunity. In 5, 10, 15, or even 25 years from now, research and data is going to show how this generation of graduates today turned a global pandemic into positive global change that has inspired other generations who followed their lead. The graduating class of 2021 will become scientists, professors, doctors, teachers, lawyers, athletes, innovators, technicians, and all the typical professions that we classify as successful. What I do know is this: AISA's graduating class of 2021 will inspire future generations to capitalize on opportunity and find ways to lift others up and develop passions that inspire all others to be global-minded, critical thinkers who take responsibility for their society. Help me in supporting this group's future successes, and let's continually challenge them to be the best people that they can be. They are our future, and I know that they will not disappoint us. They will take the lemons that life has provided them and will turn them into refreshing glass of lemonade. Congratulations, graduates. We're proud of who you have become. You will be missed, and I please ask you to stay in touch, and when life provides you the opportunity, give back. Until we meet again.
Someone has rightly said the two hardest things to say in life are hello for the first time and goodbye for the last. Good evening to the respected Chairman Sir, to our supportive admin team, to our fellow teachers, parents, and my dear outgoing senior class students. Today is a very emotional day. We all are here to bid farewell to our students who are leaving school after successful completion of their senior year at AISA. I am honored and pleased to deliver this farewell. Today is a day of joy for our graduating students and also for their parents. My dear 12th grade students, despite some hard tasks, particularly in math, and challenges that you have encountered during your studies at AISA, especially the last 2 years with the pandemic and resulting in virtual learning, with not having interaction with your fellow students, at the end of it all, you have completed this part of the journey with great achievement and beautiful memories. Being tough with you sometimes does not mean that we were disappointed in you, but we prepared you for a greater challenge ahead, and we nurture you to build a strong foundation for your next level. Under our guidance, you have attained this impressive milestone in your life with great honor and integrity. Today, I am honored to say we are proud of your many achievements over the years, your various accomplishments in almost all curricula and extracurricular activities, your brilliant achievements in academic discourse and in sports are indeed acknowledged. I can also say that you are the students that were always following directions. I saw you guys learning, making decisions leading, teaching, sharing stories, making friends, achieving success, overcoming setbacks, and stepping up to challenges. You are the students that every single teacher would like to have. You are very respectful and make a difference at AISA. Your sweet memories will forever remain in my heart. I wish to thank you for the uncommon zeal you have demonstrated towards your studies, in your relationship with the teachers, management, and even among yourselves. You have left behind a very good legacy for the juniors and incoming students to follow. My dear students, as you leave this school, expect that some challenges await you, which of course I strongly believe, going by your antecedents and the manner you have conducted yourselves over the years, and the skill and knowledge we have imparted in you, you will surely overcome all of them. Finally, I want to implore my dear outgoing students to always see yourselves as good ambassadors of this school and never allow selfish interest to blemish the integrity you have nurtured over the years at AISA. Be kind and good to the people you meet as you progress in life. Think big and be optimistic in whatever you are doing. Over these past years, we have grown together because when I teach, I also learn. Each of you fond memories will always be with me. I wish you the best of luck in your days ahead and always strive to the best you can be. You will be always in my heart. Thank you very much.
Please welcome Mr. Simon Blue, the high school teacher that will address the class of 2021.
Good evening, Salam alaikum, and to my fellow Australians, G'day. It is with great honour and pleasure that I have been asked to address the graduating class of 2020-21, a class I respect greatly. This year's AISA graduates have been an excellent reminder of why I teach. It has been a strange year, a year in which Mr. De Jong's milk consumption rose to its highest ever levels. Mr. Bhaskar finally retired his famous green jacket. Students spent record amounts of money on Starbucks, both outside and during school hours, and the youthful version of Gabriel Abirad was finally removed from the AISA webpage. But in the face of a pandemic and adversity, you have shown perseverance and independence that will set you up, better perhaps than you even know it, for the rest of your academic journey. We, your teachers, wish you only the best for what we hope is an inspiring future. In approaching this speech, I've had a little bit of time to think, and I'm in a powerful but precarious position. What do you say to a group of young people whom you love and admire before they head out to take on the world? What wisdom do I, someone who doesn't necessarily even have their lives together themselves, even say without sounding, as we Australians like to say, full of hot wind? So, what I have thought is that I would like to share with you some advice that I would have appreciated as an 18-year-old, who, like many of you, was about to move away from my family and start tertiary education. In a manner consistent with my style, I have wrapped each piece of advice around an Australian expression or saying. So if you haven't been in my classes, Google may be a little necessary. But hey, if you need to unpack this, this is on YouTube and for your repeat viewing pleasure. Here we go. She'd be right is my first Australian phrase. Slowed down, it roughly translates to everything is going to be all right. The phrase is about resilience, a quality which this senior class has already displayed in droves. You have worked so hard to graduate, and for many of you, priorities now shift to getting high grades again at college, and then a high-paying job. This journey will be tough. You will have lows. There will be times where you will question everything. So, be sure to take time to take care of yourself and to get perspective. And just remember that however bad it gets, everything will be all right. Should be right is also about stopping your own train of thought and asking someone, are you okay? At the same time, should be right, by now you understand a very flexible saying, also encompasses another quality, and that is, don't take yourself too seriously. Learn how to shrug your shoulders and laugh at yourself. It will make you a stronger person and more comfortable in your own skin. My second saying. In Aboriginal Australian culture, it was usual for a teenager to go on a walkabout. This involved leaving their tribe and heading out on their own into the scorching Australian outback. And while I'm not asking you to put down your things and head out towards LA or Liwa, what I am suggesting is to go out and see the world. Many of you speak 2 languages already, as a minimum, and have already been given, through your quality education, the ability and desire to learn more languages. Travel the world. Take what basic possessions you truly treasure and just go. Go to places that interest you. Meet people of different cultures and just say yes to things. Forget the finer things in life and just go. You'll find out so much about yourself in the process. My final piece of advice comes from a film called The Castle, a movie which spawned another phrase, tell him he's dreaming. What this means literally is that you should always stand up for yourself, ask questions, and be independent. But at a deeper level, it is about your moral compass, and that if you see something that is fundamentally wrong, act upon it. Yes, this can be as simple as helping an old lady down the stairs, but it can also mean taking a stand against things that are bigger. Take a stand against subtle racism. Mentor someone who is lost or afraid. Be confident in your convictions. At AISA, we have aimed to teach you to be morally independent and free thinking. I have faith that the group of people, young people that I have taught and mentored will not forget this as they enter the world. So that's it. That's all I've got for you. As a teacher, you have certain expectations, and as your students get older over the years and they slowly lose touch with you, these expectations just become hopes. So here are my hopes. Enjoy your experiences. Travel the world. Be resilient. And stand up against what is wrong. I stand confident here today that the senior graduates of AISA 2020-21 are ready to enter the world as confident, articulate, and diligent young adults. As a teacher, you always get pleasure from your grade 12 classes. But this group, my only group at AISA, will always fill a treasured part of my heart. Thanks for the laughter, the resilience, the tears, and of course, for the chicken nuggets. From the deepest part of my heart, good luck.
Good evening. As the secondary principal, I'm honored to recognize our class of 2021, as well as the valedictorians and salutatorians. Dear class of 2021, thank you for joining us at such an important event. I wish you health and joy, and I hope that you're watching this ceremony in the comfort of your home, surrounded by your loved ones. Please thank and congratulate your family, as this is also their graduation. Dear seniors, it will be easy for me to address your class by talking about how difficult this year has been, or how we wish that things would be normal in order to have the graduation we wish for. But the reality is that you're not an ordinary senior class, and if there's a group that deserves something out of the ordinary, it is you, because you're exceptional. I do not know if you recall, but I was your assistant principal when you started grade 6, and I became principal the same year you started grade 9. I remember meeting with Mr. Rogers to review your math data and saying, wow, this class is special. Most of the students are above the world average. Since that day, I was convinced that you were extraordinary. And I was right. Indeed, you took advantage of the academic offers you were presented with you and also developed a great sense of unity, solidarity, social justice, and admirable resilience. Your positive attitude, proactiveness, trust, and love for your school have been key in creating a completely different culture in our secondary. You have set a precedent, and your legacy for all the classes that will come after you is that you have shaped a truly positive culture in our high school. You have shown future classes that you can have fun but also be responsible, and that working with your teachers and administration can make you feel listened to and get what you need contributing members of our community. You have demonstrated that hard work, integrity, and commitment do go hand in hand with fun, creativity, and a deep sense of belonging. These achievements can only come from a class that is far from ordinary. Thank you for all the lessons we have learned together, and I wish you a great life. Go out there, show who you are, and change the world. The distinction of valedictorian is granted to the senior who has the highest grade point average in the high school diploma program, and the senior within the IB diploma program with the highest grade point average by the end of quarter 3 or the last year of high school. The distinction of salutatorian is awarded to the senior with the second highest grade point average in the high school diploma program and the senior with the second highest grade point average in the IB diploma program. I am pleased to announce the class of 2021 valedictorians and salutatorians. The IB valedictorian is Farid Darwish. The high school valedictorian is Ismat Atud. The IB salutatorian is Batul Abudrabu. And the high school salutatorian is Sahir Al-Hashi. I now invite the valedictorians and salutatorians of the class of 2021 to share some words with us. Thank you.
Greetings, senior staff and senior parents. I put off writing this speech for a while, yes, thank you to Mr. Ugalde for the reminders, because I never really know what to say for goodbyes, and this is one. I'm the IB salutatorian, which is a great honor, but also means my experiences may not be universal. But I started AISA in grade 7, and from the get-go, it was a whirlwind of new. I've always been proud of what we could accomplish with just that little bit of incentive, such as helping our community and getting out of class. From So Hope with Mr. Harper to CAS here in IB. We've shown we're more than the books. Back to the books. Many of us IB kids started our journeys together in Miss Din's algebra class back in grade 8. From lining up outside, frantically memorizing learning goals of the lesson for the day, or frantically memorizing possible questions for our mock week back in April. Our class has always been frantic. It's a wholesome frantic though, one you grow used to. It festers in the background and we just put it off like we've learned to put off and procrastinate, prioritize so many other things these 2 years. We've also, like Mr. Sanchez used to say, managed to form a little family. In some classes more than others. Math with Miss Belanger was just Batul and the Musics. We should have formed a band. So here's to the times we'd hide out in the labs from classes we felt were excessive, to the times we spent all day blowing balloons and asking cleaning staff for garbage bags, only to get 5 minutes of fun and a crash course in cleaning confetti from the rotunda. To the time we found out our white senior uniforms glow under black light on our ditch day in Warner Brothers and decided that that was our moment to shine. I know we'll go far, and I know this is only the beginning. So thank you to my friends, to my teachers, to my counselors. Thank you to AISA for the longest yet most familiar 6 years, starting from a nervous wreck transferring in a month late to gym class of all first classes, to here and now. So hopefully this speech is a see you later too.
Good evening teachers, staff, parents, and graduating class of 2021. My name is Zahid Al-Hajji, and it is my honor to deliver this speech to you today. Firstly, I would like to start off by giving a huge thank you to all teachers, staff, and parents for the endless support they have provided us over the past 4 years. Without you, we wouldn't be the people we are today. Fellow graduates, we have finally crossed the finish line. We have made history as the only class to collectively pass, through cheating. On a serious note nonetheless, through these emotionless virtual screens, I want us to take a moment to highlight how resilient our class really was during these unprecedented times. The past 2 years have been very tough for us all, quarantining at home, constantly wearing masks, maintaining 2 meters apart. However, we still managed to make the most out of our years as high school students. Our hard work has not gone unnoticed, and our dedication still remains true. The quiet hours we spent studying in the library, the relentless loss of sleep trying to finish assignments while pulling all-nighters, and the endless bargaining for lunch money have all led up to this moment. As your salutatorian, I believe it is my responsibility to define what this mispronounced term actually means. The salutatorian is a person that misses out on being valedictorian by a few GPA points. A very miserable person indeed. You know what they say, second place is the first loser. But tonight, we are all winners. Salutatorian or valedictorian, I am no smarter than the rest. To put it simply, my rank was determined by my ability to take tests. But in number, no letter can measure genuine success. In fact, all this title actually means is that I had an extra homework assignment to stress over at best. I know that this is not how we envisioned our senior year to be, but by the end of this speech, I want you all to keep your heads up optimistically for whatever the future holds. We all graduate from the same school, yet still own different perspectives and uniqueness in life. High school is not the highlight of our lives. It is the end of the first chapter of our story. And as we continue to add more chapters to the story, life will continue to throw obstacles at us. Don't let these obstacles push you around. Instead, stay focused on the light shining at the end of the tunnel. Every single one of us has what it takes to be successful, so long we put our heart and minds to it. No one said it's going to be easy, but with the hard work, determination, and a strong belief in yourself, the sky is not the limit. Good luck, and I wish you all the best in your successful futures. Thank you.
My name is Firas Darwish, and I'm honored to be here to speak to you. Though I must concede I feel no more deserving of having this platform than any of you. First and foremost, I'd like to extend a warm thanks to our parents. You cared for us as we impatiently grew up from doe-eyed innocent infants to feisty adults. Speaking of people who've had to endure the migraine that which we label the class of 2021, thank you to the administration and faculty. We are forever grateful for the trials and tribulations you went through to nurture us from seedlings to saplings to trees until we blossomed with fruits of knowledge and flowers of wisdom. Fleeting snapshots of my time here will forever be etched in my heart. From the cool tickle of winter's gusts as we journeyed with Odysseus through the Black Sea in our English classes, to the inexplicable concoction of lavish excitement that bubbled within us on Thursdays as we counted down the hours to minutes to seconds until it was 2:45. Look, there is absolutely no doubt that this pandemic has fostered cynicism and paranoia. In fact, I'm very afraid of sneezing or coughing right now because you can't really see this, but there's like 3 sanitizers aimed at my face, so. But we don't give ourselves enough credit for what we faced. This pandemic waged a war of attrition against us as it slowly seized from us our most valuable asset day by day, our basic social nature. See, graduating high school is no easy feat, but it's even harder when you find yourself alienated from your closest friends and family. So your perseverance during these times has been incredible, and don't you ever forget that. AISA's former director, Mr. Gareth Jones, at our elementary and middle school graduations imparted in us a message that wholeheartedly resonated with me, which is why I think I'm obligated to share that same message with you at our high school graduation as a form of guidance as we head out to conquer the world. And I say that literally for some of you. And Mr. Jones's message was to always read. That's it. Whether it be a nonfiction essay or a novel that will take you to traverse the nooks and crannies of sublime lands, there's no better way for us to become global learners who can seek truth from darkness and remain open-minded and forbearing in the face of intolerance than to pick up a book and read. From now on, there is no syllabus nor curriculum to guide us, and it's normal to feel conflicted. On one hand, excitement knowing that we may now be led by our own volition, and on the other hand, uneasiness with this novel sense of liberty. But we approached high school feeling a similar squabble of emotion, and I'm confident that just as we fearlessly push through hardships, we will tame the tempests of the real world. Class of 2021, I wish you a bright and fruitful future.
Good evening, parents, friends, teachers, administrators, and of course, the graduating class of 2021. Now I'm going to start with the sappy stuff that you'd only hear Firas Darwish saying, and then when that's dealt with, we can move on to what you guys actually want to hear. The reason why I'm standing in front of you all today is because I earned the valedictorian title. And no, I didn't bribe my teachers, I got here through hard work. When I came to AISA in 10th grade, I actually failed my first assignment. It was an English essay and I got a BN. To say I was shocked is an understatement. I remember feeling so disappointed that I thought I was an absolute failure. I even told my parents that I wanted to move back to my old school. And now I won't bore you with the sob story of how I eventually decided to stay in AISA, but I had to give up a lot for my grades. And now that I made it with a GPA I would have never imagined, was it worth it? Was the award and the white sash really worth it? Yeah, that's a tough one. No, but in all seriousness, what I'm trying to say is that your performance during these past 4 years doesn't define you and it doesn't dictate your future. Life is a journey, and all accomplishments we achieve during its course should be taken as starting points for further achievements. At the end of the day, life is all about growing. Now, because I know you're all rolling your eyes at home, I'll stop with this inspirational nonsense and I'll move on to thanking a couple teachers. Let's begin with my math teachers over the years, Ms. Khan and Mr. Zenk. I want to thank you guys for taking marks off my exams for not writing units in my answers. And my physics teacher, Mr. Kales, would also take marks off my exam if my answer wasn't rounded to proper sig figs. Thank you guys, I really appreciated that, way more than you can imagine. And a special thank you to Ms. Harris, my English teacher, who helped me expand my vocabulary so that I could come up with pleasant nicknames for all my teachers. But I won't be sharing those with you guys today because I actually want to get my diploma. And I also want to mention Mr. DeYoung. I must thank him for giving me hairstyling tips because, as we all know, he's the most qualified for that. And lastly, Mr. Blue, who took his teaching career as an opportunity to be the cool kid at school. And to be honest, I think the entirety of our class can collectively agree that it worked out pretty well for him. And one last thing, to any of my teachers that have taught me in this year or in previous years, when I become a dentist, you all have an automatic 50% discount, although kids are definitely not included. Thank you.
Good evening. I must say that I miss looking out and seeing the faces of our graduates. You all definitely deserve a grand celebration for making it this far, finishing and graduating during a pandemic. You're a very special class. AISA is my first international school and I will never forget my first day. I didn't know what to expect because I still didn't know much about the school or the students or even Abu Dhabi. I'd heard rumors, but I knew better than to pay attention to those. And I'm glad I didn't because my students were some of the best I have ever taught, especially my 11th graders. Moving to a new country is never easy, but you guys made the transition much smoother. Yeah, there were days you drove me crazy, but you also gave me good stories to tell. I'm thankful I was able to get to know you last year and work with you. You're an amazing group, and we talk about the 2021 class often, and I'm sure we will continue to do so for many years. Congratulations. And now introducing the girl graduates of 2021. Batul Abajabo. Aisha Ahmed. Jana Al-Masri. Riwa Al-Sabab. Aya Al-Barari. Sana Al-Breiki. Teeb Al-Bajain. Shamza Al-Damaki. Fatima Al-Fahim. Fatima Al-Falahi. Suhaila Al-Falahi. Alia Al-Habtari. Sheikha Al-Jabari. Fatima Al-Kaabi. Lamia Al-Kaabi. Mira Al-Khazraji. Aliyazi Al-Kamari. Afra Al-Mizrahi. Miriam Al-Nandi. Rayan Al-Nakbi. Sheikha Al-Nuaimi. Latfa Al-Katani. Fatima Al-Kamzi. Fatima Al-Sayi. Salama Al-Shamsi. Sarah Al-Shahada. Aliyazia Al-Suwaidi. Lucia Andelic. Stefania Aoun. Anita Arifi. Ismat Atu. Christina Alzar. Sean Boris. Asil Dahalan. Bisan El Asal. Farha Goma. Maria Gonzalez. Hana Hindawi. Faraya Islam. Carmel Joma. Shafak Mahmoud. Leen Mansour. Gabriella Marin. Isabel Musig. Vivian Musig. Sarah Nasila. Mira Razuk. Ahela Saleh. Maria Snowbar. Kifaya Tamimi. Adaya Waggle. Sarah Zahud. Tala Zatuni.
I want to start by saying thank you. Often we look to the adults and teachers in our lives to make a positive difference, but I can truly say that you've done the same for me. When I started at AISA, you guys were just starting middle school, and I have the privilege of being here with you today. It's been a journey that I've relished, and I thank you for sharing it with me. This class is a beacon of the improvements that have happened at AISA over the past several years. You've become the benchmark in more ways than one, and you're the example for the rest of your peers to follow. Pandemic or not, you are prepared to be successful in your chosen careers, and like you've done at AISA, I'm confident you'll go out and make a positive difference in the world. Introducing the graduating boys of the class of 2021. Gabriel Abirad. Abdullah Al-Khayali. Badr Al-Hayek. Zahid Al-Haji. Mustafa Al-Bari. Mansour Al-Blushi. Andre Alcantara. Khalid Al-Fahim. Kusai Al-Hatlani. Laith Al-Kalani. Ahmed Al-Maheri. Ahmed Al-Nuaimi. Ahmed Al-Kubaisi. Akram Al-Ribi. Sami Al-Safin. Muhammad Al-Shamsi. Ahmed Ali. Ismail Amin. Adam Balida. Braden Baxter. Joshua Buckley. Josh Binag. Firas Darwish. Omar El Kassaune. Tamim Hadayib. Pratik Kathari. Ali Maki. Renee Musig. Yizan Noor. Tino Radamaka. Mikita Radushki. Tabian Rohani. Rami Sadiq. Yusuf Sarhan. Hisham Tubaisha. Yusuf Uzam. Vashrith Vinod. Ahmed Waba. Cedric Yap. Hamdan Zogbo.
Dear seniors, as we come to the end of the 2021 graduation program, it is our pleasure to recognize our students who have been part of the AISA family. We have 9 students who joined us in pre-K, 14 students who joined us in grade 1, 3 students in grade 2, 8 in grade 3, 3 in grade 4, 4 students in grade 5, 5 in grade 6, 7 in grade 7, 1 in grade 8, 9 students in grade 9, 13 students in grade 10, and 17 students in grade 11. That altogether comes to a class of 93 students for the class of 2021. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce you the class of 2021. Congratulations.